We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Yes, let's jump right into it, man. The corruption runs deep in Dolton and Tiffany's allies, and I'm talking about Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard. Her allies are getting round up slowly but surely. Now it's Chief, top cop, or former top cop, Louis Lacey, who's been rounded up and is facing a quite heavy indictment. I think they are trying to round up everyone for the big fish, the big kahuna. RJ.
Yeah, man. Slowly but surely, they're moving in, and Tiffany is still city girl mayoring. She's still hot girl summering, but
The summer is up. We're in August. It's
the
almost
summer
done.
is up. The summer is up. So right now, it seems, as you said, one by one, the soldiers around her are falling. The captains around her are falling, and slowly but surely, they will move in until they get the godmother. But before we proceed, remember, guys, to continue to rate the show by pressing the like button. Follow us on our other socials. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell as well. KR.
Yeah, man. Scandals, fraud, and federal investigation has been a thing in Dolton lately. This time, it's not Super Mayor. Super Mayor. Tiffany Henyard, who's in the spotlight, but her ally, former deputy police chief Louis Lacey, who's been indicted on serious charges. We hinted that last week already, but today we're gonna dive a bit deeper. But I think Lacey's downfall is just, it's just the tip of the iceberg. We've been covering the things that are happening in the we're not the only ones, but we've been covering it for a while now. Focusing mainly on Tiffany, but maybe we should look at the people she surrounded herself with also, because this is the second person who's been indicted and who's seems to be cooperating with the police, in this case even the feds, because this is a federal indictment. Lacey's indictment is not just a legal issue. It seems like it's a reoccurring issue with everyone who's surrounding Tiffany. Let's take a look at what one of the let's call it cover by the mainstream media. Fair use. Give me 2 seconds. Can you hear it?
Now the mayor of the village, Tiffany Henyard, has appointed him to a new position. NBC5's Regina Waldrop has reaction on today's announcement.
Good evening. An illegal appointment. That's what the trustees I talked to are calling this. They say the news took them by surprise, and now they're talking to legal counsel to figure out their next steps. Now, it was last Monday that Deputy Dolton Police Chief Louis Lacey was put on administrative leave by the Dolton Village Board. Trustees say he returned to work the next day and was later fired for insubordination. Then today, trustees say they got word that Mayor Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trust.
Before we proceed with this, you are forced to take leave. You go home.
Yeah,
But
the
you
trustees
can't
are doing
stay.
the right thing. They are doing the right thing by sending you home because you've been indicted.
But instead of just staying your behind at home, you decide that it's a good idea to go to work.
Don't get too excited.
I'm just saying.
You're slapping everything around you.
Yeah. But you decide to go to work. Consequently, they fire you. So you're back at home without pay.
Hey, man.
I'm sorry. Maybe I got excited. Yeah. things might or might have not fallen from my desk. But the point is, KR, you're back in the same position, which is at home, but now you're there without pay.
But one thing you have to keep in mind, RJ, is that the pay he's used to have, don't forget they were doing extra numbers. The overtime was crazy. Lori Lightfoot.
You ain't getting anything right now. That's my
now
point.
he's not getting anything. He gambled and lost. That's obvious. But don't forget, Lori Lightfoot showed everyone that these guys were making more money. I've never heard of that. They were making more money during overtime than they were making as a base salary.
Yeah.
But that tells you a lot. He's like, hey man, I can't miss this. I can't miss this extra. How much? $200 a day I'm making. I have no idea what they were making a day. $600 a day. I have no idea, but I cannot miss this. You know what? I'm gonna gamble, and then, well, he crapped out.
Well, it's either that or he had some evidence laying in the office.
Maybe that's the lawyer in you. That's the
Yeah,
lawyer.
because I'm just saying, why would you go back? So maybe there were things in his desk drawer that were worth getting fired over.
He's getting the evidence that can get him out of this jam.
I mean,
Tiffany is done.
the accusations are pretty severe. So
Yeah, they are.
maybe it can get worse. Who knows?
Yeah, let's continue to hear what else they reported on. Fair use.
He's voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position. Trustees here, Tiffany Henyard has now appointed Lacey as police chief without trustees voting on this appointment, and they say Lacey has also not been sworn in to the position.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So he's not even getting sworn in. Just give him the job. What are we do? Yo, is she? Let's continue. Man, they need to lock her up, man. This is getting crazy.
Slowly but surely.
You can't be doing. There is a procedure, right? You can't deviate from the procedure because you think you're the boss.
Now, Lacey was in court a short time ago. He was arraigned on federal bankruptcy fraud.
Yeah, now you're boss.
She's not the boss. The people are the boss because they put her there. The people are the boss.
And listen what I said, because you think you're the boss.
Yeah. I'm just elaborating on what you said.
Okay. Because you're right. People don't listen. It goes in one ear and exits the other.
Fraud charges. It's alleged that he lied under oath in a scheme to hide assets and income from creditors to avoid paying more than $40,000 in a lawsuit settlement.
Well,
So this guy he's indicted for federal bankruptcy fraud. So it's and I have a part so you can give you an idea what kind of person this is. I have a video. Shout out to Pocket Watching with JT. This we can share. Shout out to him. He's gonna dive a bit deeper into how this guy is doing. This guy, I won't give it all away. Shout out to Pocket Watcher with JC, guys. Great episode about this.
In 1984, I'm presuming this was his first time. I was 1 year old at this time. In 1984, I believe he files for his very first bankruptcy, 1984. Then, in 1988, 4 years. Oh, sorry. All right, let me put my serious face on. 4 years later, he files for bankruptcy again. 1996. 1996, he filed for bankruptcy again. 1997. 1997, again, another personal bankruptcy. 1998. Oh, I'm sorry. 1998, he files for bankruptcy again. 2006,
Man.
another bankruptcy. Now, there's a little time now. Looks like he gets his act together between 2006. So it's 2006, then 2019. Another bankruptcy. And last but not least, 2020. Bankruptcy. Now, at this point, I feel like the city of Dolton or the village of Dolton has to understand what's going on in this situation. Because some of you still out there, some of you are still questioning the pocket watcher. You're saying to yourself, yes, well, JT, listen, filing bankruptcy 8 times is ridiculous. We get it. It's ridiculous, right? But what does that have to do about his ability to perform his duties? Great question. Here's my answer. A man who mismanages his own financial situation so poorly that he files for bankruptcy 8 times is a man that could be easily compromised.
Yeah.
He nailed it
So-
on the head. It's just
Yeah. So KR, I am very excited because I I'm already planning 2025 and I have some seminars I want to go to, and there's a big seminar that I'll attend about fraud. And because in my job as an attorney, you need to be able to recognize fraud, right? You don't need to go to any seminar to recognize that this man is a liability.
yeah, one background check is enough. You don't have to dig too deep. I mean,
Yeah.
eight bankruptcies. Come on, man. This is-
People who have financial problems, just like some business owners who let people work, who give the people who work with their money a minimum salary. So they need to handle your tens of thousands daily, and sometimes in cash, and you are paying them minimum wage. They're prone to steal from you because if they need it and the money's right there, or if they live in New York, they can always practice their immigrant accent to see if they can get some grants. Because
oh, you don't go to Colorado.
Colorado,
People are getting 30K down there.
yeah. Oh, I thought it was in New York. Is it in Colorado?
Colorado, yeah.
Because I saw one in New
30K.
York as well. That an illegal immigrant told the woman who worked hard for a car.
Oh yeah. She gets a loan, yeah, but in Colorado, you
Not
get
a loan, a
30K
grant. She only,
30K grant. That's what, at least that's what I read.
yeah,
Don't
I
know.
read it too.
In the articles are a bit skewy, but you can get a 30K grant for your house, and it's only if you have no papers.
You have to be either completely illegal or a fugitive on the run who deleted all his record.
Yeah.
And then you can get 30.
Uh,
Let me tell you one
what
thing
they
here. I think it's called the PPP fianza.
Dame un PPP. Por favor.
That's
Anyway.
11 PPP loans.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. But oh, you see, the editor is not gonna like this.
Oh, okay.
The editor's not gonna like this. Shout out to the editor. Anyway, so to go back
Shout out to KB.
Yes, shout out to KB, definitely. To go back to Louis Lacy, what is he being indicted for? He's accused of underreporting his income, hiding bank accounts, and making false claims about his marital status to manipulate his finances in bankruptcy court. What he did was basically this is just I don't know how you can be this stupid. He reported
I know
for a particular bank that he has one bank account instead of 2 or 3. He also only reported an income of like 7,000 while he was working overtime. He also said him and his wife have been separated, but they are still using the same bank account.
Isn't that tax fraud as well?
Not sure. I'm not a.
If you're lying on your, I mean, if you're lying on your statements.
Well, he lied only on,
your return,
his bankruptcy statement. Only on the bankruptcy one. So basically, to show that he doesn't have enough income to pay off the 40K he owes. So he's making up the story as he goes. And now here he is, man. And his lawyer is arguing that these charges are part of a larger federal strategy to bring down who else?
The black man.
The big kahuna. The big fish.
Oh, the black woman.
That wasn't the route I wouldn't take, because after you say the big fish and then you say the black woman, it sounds crazy, RJ. What are we doing?
Black kahuna.
Tiffany. What the heck?
None other than Tiffany Henyard.
Yeah. Tiffany. Yeah. So they are basically saying he's cooperating. His lawyer saying I'm gonna cooperate, but I always say your ninjas are trying to get me, but you shouldn't have me. You should have her.
Yeah, and they're saying we should have her too, but you're definitely
you're coming with us too.
Yeah.
RJ, let's round this up. It's a sad story. It's sad for the people of Dolton, because guys, last week we dropped a quite good received. The show was received well last week, and we had someone from the Dolton area also responding to the show, to the video, and basically he said it's Rodney Brown. Thank you for responding, Rodney. He says shout out to Rodney. Yes, I'm a resident of Dolton, and I think she has to be voted out. Yes, we do agree with you on that, man. And like I said, we responded on this, and he said, "Clean House 2025, Dolton, Illinois." That's the campaign slogan of the trustees, and I hope they can make it happen, man. I really hope, because these people are tax-paying, law-abiding citizens, and they by mistake they chose this person.
Well, if you go to if you can show the comment as well. Again, sorry.
No problem.
The comment you just showed. Yeah. And scroll a bit down, because this was a bit concerning to me. Scroll a bit. Yeah, there. Where Rodney says, because of the vast number of giveaways and free stuff, she may have a loyal base somewhat. For instance, she has a bingo that gives away prizes that seniors like. Incidentally, most voters that vote are senior citizens. So if what I want to say is, or at least what I want to showcase is that, and we see that on the national scale as well with the campaigns, the Republican and Democratic campaigns going on. At the end of the day, it comes down to marketing, and it's people. A majority of people will vote based on marketing instead of policies.
Yeah.
They will vote on the fact that they're getting free stuff, and they'll say, "Yeah, but the previous mayors never gave me free stuff." And look at it. So this person really cares for me, but it's you're buying, you're purchasing your vote in essence, in an indirect way, in a giveaway manner. But hey,
Yeah, people are selling their votes, basically. Well, selling their soul, maybe also. I mean, we're talking about a really crazy situation. Now, to close this, I'm gonna show one last thing, and you would say Tiffany isn't that smart. Well, apparently doesn't. You don't have to be smart to finish and get a bachelor's degree in business administration. That's the basic. You learn income versus what you spend, and then you have what is rest. How the heck did they end up? You have a business administration arts degree, and you end up with minus 3 million. You went from a surplus of 5 million to being 3.6 million in deficit. It's crazy. And to think that 82% of the people voted her in 2021. They trusted her. They trusted her, and she took advantage of that trust.
yeah, and now the same people are saying, and now the rhetoric is, so Tiffany's rhetoric is, yeah, it's a manhunt because I'm black and because I'm a black woman. But 82% voted for you, a young black woman. So it doesn't make sense that they would vote you in and then immediately try to get you out the office, right? So you had to, that's basically, you screwed things up for them to want you out. So
Yeah.
it's a manipulation tactic.
Yeah, it definitely is. Guys, it's now your turn to join the conversation. What do you think about these charges against Lacey? Are they correct? Should he do time, or do you expect him to let's say, as they say in the streets, rat on Mayor Henyard? Total rat. Drop your comments in the drop your comments. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. RJ, you have to.
Yeah, and don't forget, guys, to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situation. Thanks for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comment section. We really want to know your thoughts on this matter. With that being said, KR, we can move to the next segment.
Yeah, it's the Reddit time, man. It's Reddit time. We always have this segment of Reddit, which RJ provides us with a good story, so we can give, some feedback, help people around how to deal with life situations. I hope you have an interesting one today as well. I heard you laughing in the background. I'm not sure if it had anything to do with this, or maybe you were laughing at Henyard doing time, possibly in the future. I have no idea. What do you have for us today? Do you have something for us today?
Yeah, I do have something, and it's a guy basically asking if she's wrong, if he was wrong for stopping when she said the safe word.
Oh man, what are we doing? Yeah, you're gonna get locked up if you don't stop, my man. What kind of question is this?
No, but
no! I don't have my hat with me today.
Yeah, but the story. Okay, so the story says follow, right? As follows.
I'm doing my best to get my hat, man.
Put your hat on. Put your hat on.
This what
When I read the story, I was like, "Nah, man, Are we really?
This one, I'm definitely gonna cover my face.
This is a clickbait. When I read this title, I said this was very clickbaity, but
Okay. What's the story?
well, it's not really clickbait because the story goes as follows. A little backstory. And I quote, this was a couple of months ago. I'm a 19-year-old male currently going through college. And I met this 21-year-old female at a party. She was totally my type and we hit it off. KR, at 19, everyone's your type. We dated for about 6 months. And she wanted to
Bad
go.
B is the only thing that I like. Well, it's not only bad B, it's every B.
Good bees too. She was totally my type and we hit it off. We've dated for about 6 months and she wanted to do the deed. I agreed on the terms that we would have a safe word, seeing as how I was still a virgin and wanted a safe word since I don't know what I will be comfortable with.
Who's doing the penetration?
She listen, if you're gonna make comments like that, I would also need some props. Because you can't be making those comments all clandestine and I'm here with my face all
Maybe you should
all
prepare.
visible. But anyway, she invited me over to her house since her parents were out of town for a week and she had the house to herself.
Oh man.
We quickly skipped over the foreplay and got to the good stuff. About 4 minutes and 16 seconds in, KR.
We had to time it around. Come on, this.
Yeah, the stopwatch.
We had a stopwatch. But are you crazy, man?
And he puts in between parentheses as well.
He
I
lost
was counting.
DIICOT that night, so he definitely was like, "Oh, I need to time this."
Yeah, but this is literally what he wrote. We quickly skipped over the foreplay and got to the good stuff. About 4 minutes and 16 seconds in, and then between parentheses, I was counting. Into the horizontal tango.
He recorded it.
She screamed the safe word. Peach cobbler.
Might have been a bit too enthusiastic. Let me ram it in.
The safe word was peach cobbler. And I stopped. I asked her what was wrong, and she said that she was just checking to see if I would stop. This massively screwed with me since I thought I did something wrong. She wanted to continue, but for some reason, I just couldn't. I felt so betrayed to continue, but for some reason, I felt so betrayed that she would think I wouldn't stop.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It kept playing over and over in my head again. I broke up with her 2 weeks later. When our mutual friend group found out why we broke up, they started mocking me by yelling peach cobbler randomly.
Yo, she's wild for that one. She's wild.
Her friends started calling me an a-hole because she was just trying to make sure she was safe. Keep in mind, we've been dating for 6 months. And she knew that I would definitely stop doing something if it made her uncomfortable. I just can't believe she would think I would do something like that. So he's asking if
hey, Brad, you don't have to ask. You did the right thing, man. You did the right thing because that's how people get that's how athletes find themselves in the courtroom with and not reaching NFL, MLB, or any of these professional leagues. You make a mistake like that, you keep going, and then she says, well,
peach cobbler.
She said no. She starts yelling the other word.
The other then she'll start yelling the fruit. Grapes.
The purple fruit. She starts yelling that one. Then you're screwed. So hey, it's an easy call. You have to respect people. You shouldn't be going through the red light. And I'm talking about not that red light. I'm talking about this red light. She says the safe word, just abide by it and leave it how it has to be. And she's an a-hole for actually telling her friends about this, so she knows she's wrong.
So I guess the question is, so the issue isn't whether or not you should have stopped, because I think everyone agrees that you should have. The question is, KR, whether I guess he's feeling, the question is whether people think he's wrong for not wanting to proceed afterwards.
He went limp. He's out of the.
He went limp. Then I understand that was the eject button. But what I'm asking you,
so basically, how I see, although I don't see it, I didn't see it.
now you're blind too.
I'm blind too. I'm Stevie Wonder. So I think how it went, how it happened was that the boy was she yelled it. He basically froze up literally, and you know when it's cold, it shrinks.
I
So
wouldn't know.
Well, you should know for yourself. I'm not talking about with him. Everyone, it shrinks.
I thought you knew the guy. I don't know, man.
No. I'm not on that. I'm not.
So, but KR, so this is I understand all that part. So that's, and I understand that it happened in the moment. But he broke up with her 2 weeks later because he didn't want to have anything to do with that. So the question is whether he's wrong for not wanting to continue after she said not only in that instance, but afterwards, after that incident, after that day.
Yeah, he's not wrong for breaking up with her. He's right, because I mean, to be honest, you've been dating for 6 months. You're out here playing games with me like I'm a little child. You can't be doing that, man.
And she's
21, so she's 2 years older.
2 years older, but 21. The difference between man and so a boy and a girl growing up is big, because women they become mentally more mature most of the times earlier. A 21-year-old woman
myth, but okay,
more
that's a myth.
than a. Actually, you can even say that she was grooming him, but
where are you going with this? You were
if it was the other way around,
you were stacking really quick. It went from women are more mature to she's 2 years older to she was grooming him. This is crazy. No, but I think that's a myth, by the way. But that's another talk for another day. So intercourse already has a part of trust. So, I mean, I'm talking about agreed upon intercourse, of course. I'm not talking about the other type of intercourse that there is out there. If you're agreed on, there's a level of trust. And if you start playing that, the stop game, because the thing is this, right? He's like, I think he's like, he thinks that, and I understand the mindset. He's like, I hope you trusted me to do the deed, but then you're trying to test me. This is a I don't want to use the word. She was testing him. It's a word they usually use for testing out people. She was testing him, and it went wrong.
Yeah. Well, I
don't think
what I want to say, and then we can go through the top comments.
Yeah.
But what I want to say about this is that whether he's wrong or not, it's personal. So some people wouldn't have taken offense to it, and maybe if he had more experience, maybe he was older, then he would understand. But at the end of the day, you need to do what your gut feeling is telling you to do. And it's clear that this guy's gut feeling was telling him no. And so, hey, I don't know if I would have taken something like that personal, not seriously. I think I said seriously, I meant personal. I wouldn't have taken it personal, but it all depends.
It
But
starts
if
with one thing, RJ. It always starts with small things like this.
yeah, I don't know about that.
I know.
I don't know about that. I'm just saying. I think, in especially in things like this, you need to do what. It's better to be safe than sorry, for sure. So if your gut feeling is telling you don't do it, don't do it. But I don't think in itself. I mean, everything is context. I don't know who the person is. I don't know, what how they spend their 6 months together.
Usually, okay, I'm gonna
And
use
maybe
this word.
she read a blog
I'm
saying
gonna
that
use,
it's good to test it out first.
I'm gonna I'm gonna use the word anyway. Shit tests can gradually increase throughout time.
Yeah.
Some people up the stakes every time with their shit.
Yeah.
If you're shit testing grape, something's wrong with you.
I don't think it's wrong. What's wrong is this. I do. So what I will say is this.
Is
KR.
that wrong?
No. I don't think so. I don't know. Listen, I can understand. Imagine if you've had like bad experience in the past. If you want to know that, so this is the only flaw. This is the only flaw, KR. This is the only flaw.
Oh my god. Continue.
The worst moment to test like that is when you're doing, and I'm gonna quote, trying to do the horizontal tango. Because if the other person fails the test in that moment, you're screwed, literally.
I mean,
So you shouldn't be doing nothing horizontal, no vertical with someone that you don't know from the get-go, or at least you don't trust from the get-go, is what I want to say. If you're doing it with someone you don't trust, then you're doing it, you're, and you just yell something out, the person doesn't, that person fails the test in that moment.
Yo, the shit test, the cause of a shit test is you put it beside you. If you had put that shit test beside them, it would have been great.
No, because he stopped.
No, I'm
The
talking
woman,
about
so when he
usually.
stopped, it's like they stopped, and then the woman said, "I was just testing."
Yes,
Let's
yes. But
proceed.
I'm talking about shit tests in general. What do you do when you get a shit test? What is a man supposed to do when he gets shit tested?
Well, wait. In all other instances, I
That's
hope you're
what I'm
not.
trying to say. In all other instances, you continue.
No, that's not the case.
Well, okay, maybe not all is, but
Because in that case, you shouldn't.
But what I'm telling you is you shouldn't
Okay.
shit test someone at that moment. That's crazy. It's a crazy concept. Yo, I'm inside of you. You shit test me while I'm inside of you. You might be off. He's safer by breaking up with her. That's all I'm gonna say.
Maybe you're right.
I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
I'm
it's
wrong.
better. It's better
Let
to
them know in the
lament.
comments. Let them know in the comments what you guys
Yeah.
think.
Yeah, let us know, guys,
This is
and women
great.
as well. Let us know. Also,
Am
from
I
a
off?
woman's perspective, how do you look at it? Do you think that this is this something? Is it usual? Let us know, or not. Maybe it's not usual, but maybe you think it's reasonable. Please let us know as well. We're curious to know what you think about this story. The top comment says, "I have this." Comes from Tacit Ronan 20. I had a. There are a lot of samurais and ninjas on Reddit,
Okay.
Ronins, and also some anime characters. I have a lot of experience with CNC, and you did the right thing. CNC, I obviously mean computer numeric control. Oh yeah, I know that. I know. I work with lathes and mills and the like. Hmm? There are two ways to stop the machine. Either you press the button telling them to stop, or you hit the emergency stop.
Yeah.
Gently stopping the machine takes a half a second and happens all the time. No big deal. The e-stop, emergency stop, will stop the machine instantly at all costs. Oh, this is a effing breakdown, man.
No, he's talking about the CNC machine. Yes, he's right.
Only ever hit that button. You only ever hit that button if the machine is actively hurting someone or causing a fire or something.
This is a man who understands what he's
The
talking.
machine sacrifices its belts and probably won't be running for a day after the e-stop gets hit.
Yep.
That's the same difference between let's stop doing it
This is a nerd.
and yelling a safe word. One is please stop. The other is stop. It's an emergency. You did the right thing. She did the stupid thing. This is a great
breakdown.
Breakdown by Tacit Ronan 20.
If you guys don't know what a CNC machine is, Google it.
I did it, but he told me, so I'm good.
But if you want to see how it looks, that's what I mean.
All right. So, yeah, a lot of people support it. So he added it. So he had an additional comment that was like, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for your support. It means a lot to me. And for the people that asked why I wanted a safe word, if it was just vanilla, like I said, some people were like, safe words you do when you do more advanced stuff, I guess. And I said, if it was just a vanilla, like I said in the post, I was a virgin and didn't know what I would be comfortable with. This was my first experience with a girl, and I thought it would just be better to have one instead of none. I mean, again, playing it safe. He did all the right thing. He did even more than someone would have done. And
the thing is, if he oh my god, I already see where this was going.
I think some people might say, hey, 4 minutes is not the best way to not be a virgin anymore, but
hey,
better 4 minutes than 4 years. That's what I want to say.
4 years, 20. People get 20 for stuff like this.
Guys, let us know your thoughts and opinions.
You got someone behind you. Pause.
Don't forget to let us know your opinion.
I'm like,
on the situation in the comments. We really want to know. KR, with that being said, we can move on to the next segment.
Talking about grape.
Yo, this is a...
Hey, this is a crazy transition, man. We're talking about Andrew Tate today, man. What if
Lover boy, certified pedophiles. Wop, 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 wop. That fuck 'em up. Wop, 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 wop. I'ma do my stuff. Why you trolling like a bitch? Ain't you tired? Trying to strike a chord, and it's probably A minor.
Yes, man. It's Tate out here self-snitching. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan have been arrested and also released within 24 hours, but they are having even crazier accusations than before. We're gonna break down whether they are self-snitching or not, or whether they might be. I mean, this might be the end. RJ.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the end or not. It's clear that they're targeting them. And Tate was, of course, at the top of his career and on the YouTube space, at least YouTube and Rumble, I believe, as well. Content creation space, gaining a lot of traction. After the late, great Kevin Samuels passed away, it was when he was started to soar. With a different message, though, but he was still soaring. But he was talking to people, targeting people, saying things about the system and the matrix. And You know, they did break him the first time, let him go. You could clearly see that the momentum was broken, and now they got him a second time. So, but before we proceed and dive deeper into this topic, guys, remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. But yeah, and the first time I believe they got him because Aiden Ross was snitching, or at least saying Aiden Ross said, "Yeah, the Tate brothers, we were talking on a live stream. Yeah, Aiden Ross, I was talking with the Tate brothers, or maybe just at Andrew Tate, and yeah, they said that they would leave the country. And the next day, I believe, the raid took place, and they stayed, I think, 60 days. They haven't been
like 2 or 3 months, yeah.
Yeah, and they haven't been indicted for anything.
No charges. No clear charges, at least.
Yeah. And so this is the second time, so it's pretty interesting.
This time,
Yeah,
this time they have 3 charges. This time they have 3 charges. So what if everything, well, we thought and knew of Andrew's legal battles is just the tip of the iceberg? It's the tip. Which tip? Which side we're on? Who knows? Let's take a look at what he had to say after he was released. On Friday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, here it is.
Listen to me. I went to Romania 10 years ago.
Fair use.
I found an amazing country full of beautiful people. And I told the whole world about Romania. If you mention the name Romania anywhere in the world, they'll say, Andrew Tate lives there, Andrew Tate lives there. I've done nothing but promote this country. I've done nothing but say fantastic things about Romania endlessly. And when I did this, people would say to me, if Romania is so nice, if it's so safe, it's so beautiful, why has it got such a bad reputation? And I said, well, there's probably a few bad actors, a few bad people who destroyed the entire reputation. Like the few fools at DIICOT who just came along and told us that the mothers of our children are somehow human trafficked. I've been nice. I've been patient. I've played the game. I've respected the judiciary. I've gone to every appointment on time. But they bust in my house again. And now I've come along saying there's 35 victims. You know, all 30 of those girls, 30 of them have statements in our defense. 30 say we've done absolutely nothing wrong. Two more are the mothers of our children. And 2 more have never even been to Romania. I've never even been here. They just found random girls we knew in other countries and made them sign pieces of paper. This is a setup. It's absolutely disgusting. Fair play to that judge who saw through the bullshit and let us free. Okay. And also, one more thing. The media is complicit. All of you are. When they first threw us in fucking jail, when they first put us in there, you're all running around saying human trafficker. None of you said, where's the evidence? Where's the proof? Where's the pictures? Where's the videos? None. 3 years later, they do the same fucking bullshit. And you're all sitting there going, human trafficking. I know a human trafficker clearly. If you human traffic someone, there is evidence. This is a setup. It's a stitch up. The 3 prosecutors at DIICOT in my house, I said, why are you here? There's no case. They said, there's a case if we make one. This is a fucking setup. All of it is. And listen, quiet. I'm not talking to you, sir. Be quiet. Be quiet. Be quiet. This is a setup. It is done on purpose, and it is designed to come up with the most heinous possible crimes to slander our name. And every single Romanian citizen should be disgusted that they are spending millions of euros wasting their time trying to put innocent men in jail instead of fixing the roads, fixing the hospitals, fixing this country. You have a beautiful country full of beautiful people, and 3 idiots at DIICOT have fucked everything. As for money laundering, sure, I'll approach that. Money laundering, no problem. Supposedly, we're money launderers because we buy luxury goods and we try and hide that we buy luxury goods for other people and hide our money. If you buy your girlfriend a handbag in Romania, they charge you with fucking money laundering. This is disgusting. Disgusting. We have children. This is disgusting. Thank you.
You're on mute.
Did you hear the last question?
No.
Right as they're walking away?
Let me go back.
I'm a lawyer, man. I really am.
Talk about what?
Just a bit earlier. Yeah, right there.
This is disgusting. Thank you.
A minor.
A minor. Yeah, it's looking bad. It's looking bad out here. So the allegations, the indictment is saying, and I can't share the headline, the title, but Andrew Tate and his brother are placed under house arrest following claims of intercourse with below 1.6 and trafficking 1.7 to make a year-old, 1.7-year-old, to make different explicit material. And they're talking about 35 victims. Well, we covered Andrew Tate in the past here at this channel. And the thing with Andrew is we came to a conclusion that, well, we dove into the angle of his university and all the things he said about how he deals with money and the businesses he started before. One thing we came to a conclusion is that he's at least on a moral level, it's not there. Morality is not a strong suit. It's not a strong part. The question is, of course, is he also a P? Is he
criminal? Yeah. So I think, yeah, because he had businesses that you might say are immoral, webcam business, etc. So yeah, that's immoral. And I'm not talking about selling webcams, guys. Come on.
Yeah. And he said, don't forget, he said he was taking people's money.
Yeah, but well, if that's that's immoral. But I would say the same thing happens in the US with the artists and music labels. What I'll say is this one. When you think that when you have a campaign, it's a smear campaign in my opinion. Why do I say this? Speaking as a lawyer, you need to have laws and rules to govern society. And these laws and rules need to be clear to everyone. So it needs to be clear what is permissible and what is allowed and what is not allowed. It should also be clear what the consequences are for doing something that's not allowed. The judicial system is there as part of the trias politica to uphold the law. Not enforce the law, but judge as well. Whether or not someone did or did not, in fact, infringe certain laws. You held these people for 3 months, 2 to 3 months, without anything, no case following the detainment. At least there hasn't been any verdict. It was clear, or at least not clear, was suspected to be an attack, a smear campaign to damage their reputation, which was, I have to say, achieved, because they never recovered to where they once were. It only took them 3 months. Now again, you do the same thing. Oh, and before I go to the now again, let's go back. What I'm about to say also applies to the politics that we're seeing right now in the US. Confirmation bias. The people who believed, who were following Tate and were in agreement with Tate, that there is a matrix, that there is a system that's trying to hold you down and lie to you, etc. To them, the first time they got arrested, it was just like a confirmation. Like, you see, it's the matrix.
Yep.
Did they do any research? No, they didn't. the ones who opposed Tate's message and were disgusted, they said, you see, I knew it. He is a rapist. He is a trafficker. He is a whatever. Anything you would have said, they would have believed. And you see it now again in the. I compared it to the U.S. campaigns going on, the electoral campaigns. It's the same thing. People who dislike Trump, you just need to say, hey, Trump is a bastard. Yeah, he is. You just need to say Kamala is this. Yeah, you're right. Because people, they're looking for, they're only looking and listening and accepting information that will confirm what they already feel. So if you're going to, but okay, that happened. To me as a lawyer, you detain someone 3 months, nothing else happens. It's a bit suspicious. Because I would say, hey, you did everything you could have and you still couldn't find one thing. And now you do it again. And a couple of days later, a judge lets them go.
House arrest. They have house arrest over.
Yeah, but it's still letting them go, because if it was severe enough, they wouldn't have gotten house arrest.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, I understand.
That's what I'm saying. So what are we doing? And of course, the judge can't let them go without house arrest, because if there's and that's the thing. That's the thing. Prosecutors in every country, the prosecutors have a lot of power. They just need to tell the judge, we are currently investigating, and you will remain detained or placed under house arrest. Of course, the longer you are in the investigation process, the heavier your burden of proof becomes to prove why it's necessary to keep the people so incarcerated or in jail, detained, or placed under house arrest while the investigation is ongoing. But at the very, very start, KR, you just need to say, oh, we have this, we have that, and we need to investigate. So, yeah, it seems to me at this moment like this is also it's also BS. And I think if it's not, and they did something wrong, of course, then they need to be punished for it. But if they didn't, I think the Tate brothers need to get out of Romania.
But they can't. They're not allowed to.
Not now, right?
They weren't allowed the last 2 to 3 years after the arrest.
So, as soon as they can, they should.
The problem with the problem, and I'm gonna show you a couple of videos, and of course, this is the confirmation bias you said before, right? If you believe certain things, it's only confirmation of what is happening. And if you look at it from a different angle, you can say, hey, this is just talking. One of the biggest problem with Tate and also his brother is the digital trail they have. And I'm gonna show you what I mean by that. Fair use. I'm gonna share a video of Abba and Preach, because they made a 13 minutes long video about this whole situation. And of course, we know that, well, they don't like the Tates, but these are the videos they are using, and I'm gonna share. Well, actually, fair use.
Them on social media when they still attended school.
PhD is a pimp and hose degree. So the recruitment process is you message them on Instagram.
I was contacted by Andrew Tate, the older of the Tate brothers, 3 years ago when I was just 16.
Daria was 16 when she said she received a private message on Instagram 2 years ago from Andrew Tate's account. It read simply, Romanian girl, followed by a strawberry emoji.
What do you inbox the woman? I live in Bucharest, Romania. It doesn't matter if I'm in London, Bucharest, Moscow, anywhere I am. I just say Bucharest ? Or Moscow ? Or London ? Sometimes, because like I said, intrigue, I'll put a completely pointless emoji on the end. Some cherries, or an orange, or a strawberry.
I asked around to my other friends and my classmates, who were also 15, 16 at the time. And a couple of them also told me they received messages.
So I messaged her. She's like, I'm only 16. I was like, give a fuck. Know about me.
It was a pretty well-known fact that he had kind of a network of young girls.
I mean, it's like, what the fuck would I write for you?
you've got a fit sister who's 16, maybe.
Muslims have the best frame on earth. I want a virgin wife at 16 who's going to obey me. That's what I want.
You know, you said it looks like I'm in a teenage girl's bedroom.
Yeah.
To some people, that would be an insult, but to me, I find that quite flattering, to be honest. You know, like, that's exactly what you'd expect.
I'm fucking all these 15-year-old.
You know who one of the guys was? That was Candace Owens' husband. You know how Candace Owens.
So this is a couple of the videos, right? This is technically, you can call it self-snitching. And you have also parts of his brother. I'm gonna scroll right through it real quick. Let's see. This is his brother. Oh, now I'm getting Polestar. Let me mute this.
Today,
Yeah, real
Polestar
quick.
released-
So,
Tell
RJ,
us
what do you
saw.
think about that video? Real quick.
I'd never seen anything like it.
Again,
Never seen anything move like it.
I'm hearing a sound.
Did it come from the stars?
Are you hearing a sound? Which sound?
It comes from the stars. Now I don't hear it anymore.
Okay, continue.
Yeah, that one. That's all. So yeah, so again, you have immoral and illegal. And what he's saying there is disgusting. But if you're going to the legal system, you know what's also immoral, KR? Cheating. But you won't get locked up if you cheat. And so immorality is not
punishable.
Punishable. It needs to be illegal. So if you're not allowed to say what he said, so I'm not gonna repeat it, then it's because they'll clip it. And in 10 years, Abba Preach will be basing a video based on something I never said. But okay. What I'm saying is it needs to be illegal for it to, if so, purely law. I'm talking purely law right now. I just look like Trump right now. But purely law. It needs to be illegal. So saying one thing and being punished for doing another is something else. If a guy walks around and say, yeah, you know what? If I have any chance, I'll cheat on my wife. I'll cheat on my wife. I'll cheat on my wife. He said it. He never did it.
This reminds me of a case. You're right on that, because this is the thing. That's what we covered last time as well. The difference between morally, the guy he seems bankrupt. But can they link what he's saying to actual tangible proof? One case I know from the past. There was this Argentinian pilot who said during the time that there was a very strong dictatorship regime in Argentina. I think maybe 60 years ago, something like that. 60 or 70 years ago. Anyway, he said he was a pilot who flew planes where they were throwing people from. He was telling fellow colleagues during because he was then a pilot for a commercial airplane, one of those companies, and he was telling one of his, I think it was kind of bragging. He told the story of him being one of the pilots of that flew one of those flights. Some way, somehow, maybe one or two of these colleagues told a intelligence organization, and the guy found himself in Argentina facing trial. He was locked up for 2 to 3 years, awaiting trial. During the trial, they couldn't find any evidence of him being part of this whole story. So he was just telling a story just for fun, and people took it out of context, and he lost 2 to 3 years of his life. Well, he sued the the agency and got paid for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is you could compare it with something like that. You're telling a story. I think that's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and they can use it as evidence, and they probably are using it, will and or are already using it as evidence. But there's a rule of law. That rule of law can be divided in several elements, and all elements need to be present in order to say someone did something. So theft, for example, there needs to be something that was stolen, that was taken away. But not only taken away, it was taken away it wasn't taken away with permission, because then it's not theft. It was taken away without permission. So there are elements. And so, of course, he said some things, but you need to link it to, and we've seen countless of cases where rappers, they say something and then they use those same lyrics, and in some cases even interviews, in cases to say, we have evidence that he did it, and he also corroborates it here. So it will be used against him. And again, immoral for sure, but you need to prove that it happened. And purely legally speaking, and that this is just to exaggerate, but I like to just exaggerate a bit so we know what we're talking about. In some countries, the age minimum for getting married is lower than 18. And in some countries, they give like additional permissions. For example, you can do it, but you need permission of the parents, etc. So it's not, so you understand what I'm saying? So it's not
clear cut.
You can't, the fact that he said I would like it doesn't mean that it's illegal. Is it immoral? You can argue that it's immoral because a 16-year-old and you're 30 something going on 40, I think. So there's a big age difference, they're gonna be talking about grooming, etc., which is a legitimate concern.
Yep.
But purely legally speaking, you can't get convicted for immorality, only for illegalities, and you need to prove it. So the raid happened again. Maybe they thought that's probably the excuse I'm sorry. It's not. It's probably the argument they used. They had reason to believe that there are other information there, and so they felt like they had to invade again. That's probably what they used as an argument for them to.
Yeah, I mean, this is, and I'm gonna close this with a video of the brother who's also, talking crazy. This is why, in a sense, you always have to be careful what you say in front of the camera. These guys were talking crazy. It's either because they had that school where they basically they were teaching men how to start their own webcam company. I mean, this by itself, that's already crazy. But
which I find a bit ironic, because, well, it's not, well, to a certain extent, it's ironic because we're okay with OF. We are saying, hey, OF, be free, do you, be liberal. So,
well,
it's the getting the money part, I think, is the thing.
Well, not only the getting money part. So during his, let's call it his school, his university, he would teach you how to lure in certain people with certain lover boy kind of,
like photographers do with models.
Yes, kind of, but then the extreme version of that. And use vulnerabilities. But hey, let's play this and then we close this out, man.
Cool.
Fair use. course, I need to.
This.
It's like taking the virginity of a really beautiful woman. I get to have this experience and no one else gets to have it again. It is a little bit better, but the real pleasure is in the fact that somebody else would love to have this and I get it. That's why this is good.
That makes sense. I'll give you that. I agree with that.
When you are in the true abundance mindset of you can have the pick of the crop, you can have the world's most attractive women. I mean, one of my main chicks has 200,000 Instagram followers, and I took her virginity when she was 17. It's an abundance mindset. Yeah. I have so many girlfriends and so many wonderful girlfriends and so many virgins. She was a Polish virgin. Man, it hurt her at every moment that I was doing it, but it felt good for me. So who gives a shit?
So what? They got money laundering on him.
Yes. So this is why they're saying these guys were out here self-snitching. Disgusting, like you said. But do they have proof to lock them up? That's gonna be the biggest problem, I think. It seems like they are trying to put a case together, but it's might be flimsy. Who knows?
I think they have everything that they I think that they have all the evidence that they'll ever get to prosecute.
Which is video.
I don't think that they'll get any more evidence because they have everything already.
You're talking about videos of them
anything. So because they already rated, right? And they already rated.
Oh yeah, you mean the yes.
Yeah. So my position, my position is that I think the authorities already have all the information that they will ever get, and they need to just use it. Now, the fact that they felt that they had to rate again, seems targeted, but maybe they actually thought, okay, we might get other information. I doubt it. But who knows?
Who knows? Hey, guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this whole situation. I mean, it's your turn to be part of this conversation, man. What do you think about these charges against Tate? Is it justified? Is it a moral thing? What we're talking about which we basically discussed, is it illegal? Can they prove it? Or do you believe this indictment is a bigger plan? I mean, there is a bigger picture. Is this a targeted attack? I think you had a point there by saying the confirmation bias thing. I mean, that's why also we are seeing so much division between people, where people are basically looking for proof that they are right. The way they think is right. I mean, these days you can prove anything you want. There are 20 articles that will say this fruit is very, very harmful to eat, and the other will say it's very good for you. So, hey, it is what it is. Guys, let us know in the comments what you think about this. And RJ.
Yes, guys, let us know what you think is important to us. But also don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell icon for more updates on different stories where we discuss trending topics and try to explore uncommon lessons from commonplace situations. We want to thank you for watching, and let's keep the conversation going in the comments, but also in the next segment.
Yes, let's go right to. As we always do at the show, we close the show out with the short thoughts. And today we have two special cases, and this is very special because I've never seen this before. I'm gonna share my screen real quick. As you can see down below, man gets 143 years in prison after a crazy situation. And you ask yourself, what is the crazy situation that happened here?
How much did he get?
143 years.
Wow.
Look at him here. Real quick, this is him. So you ask yourself, what is he? Why did he pull the blicky on a man? So I'm going to read just the headline. Man who pulled the blicky after Burger King worker wouldn't take drugs as payment gets 143 years in prison.
What are we doing, man?
This is crazy. So this is how it goes. Prosecutors who announced the sentence Thursday said that the drive-through incident was beginning of a series of crimes Eugene Roberts carried out in the Denver suburbs of Aurora on October the 17th, 2022. No one was wounded. One of the things he did was this whole situation. And that's the biggest crime he did. He faced a maximum sentence of 400 years. Not 400 years, 400 years. He's 40, by the way. So he would be 440 when he's released if he had the maximum sentence. It's a litany of crimes, multiple crimes he did. And he put a fear into a lot of people. And one of the most remarkable ones was the one where he basically pulled the gun on the drive-to worker. He also walked into a convenience store across the street and pointed the blicky at the head of a clerk. This is crazy, man. RJ, what do you think about this? I mean, I think it's good that he's locked up. We are safer out here with this crazy. One crazy less.
Some people need to be put in. Some people just need to be in jail.
Under the jail. This is not even in jail. He's
They should put him
in prison. Oh,
they should throw him in Alcatraz.
Yo, this is who had the bit? Throw away the key, lock him up. There was a comedian who said, throw away the key. Well, they threw away the key. 143 years. Hey, it is what it is. Second topic of today. By the way, you have anything else to say about this guy?
Nah, man.
Good riddance.
I'm just happy.
Good riddance. Next one, man flew from Cali to Chicago with 200K worth of the weed. So what happened? Sacramento's Sheriff's Department sent Chicago police photos of the 26-year-old Rashad Barnes and 2 suitcases full of cannabis. Barnes was on a flight 2207 from Sacramento to Chicago with 41 heat-sealed packages of crushed green leafy substance. The packages weighed 18,000 grams with a street value of 270,000 according to police. Officers met Barnes at baggage claim 3. After he grabbed his bag, he was detained and asked what was inside. Barnes told the police the bags, which had his name on them. What do you think he said? All right, wait, before you say what they asked him what is in the bags. I'm going to show you his face, and you can tell me what he said. This is the guy. So the police let him pick up his bag, and they ask him, what's inside of those bags? RJ, you're on mute. Mute.
Sorry. I think he said food.
I'll show you his face again. Does he look like the brightest bulb on the chandelier?
No.
Okay. You have one last chance.
Cannabis.
Okay, I'll give you half. Almost right. He said a little weed. Man, bro, this guy's gonna do a lot of time. Hey, man, guys, don't do this. Don't be this stupid. Don't traffic. And this is a regular flight, so he thought he was flying from Sacramento to Chicago in a regular flight. Guys,
Probably Spirit.
everything is getting that would have been a shame if he flew Spirit. But hey, your bag just for those who didn't know, but maybe your bag is getting scanned. You know that, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about the people out
Okay.
here who are watching us. The bag is getting scanned. So if you think you can put 30 packs of the Betty White and your trafficking white, it's not the 1980s. It's not the 1980s anymore. What are we yo? Oh man, RJ, you have the floor.
Yeah,
This is crazy. Let's put a face to this again, man. Let's put a face to this, man.
yeah. I think they knew the people were trying to move the product, knew who they were asking to transfer to traffic that amount.
Yeah.
Wouldn't surprise me, Care, if he was the decoy either.
It wouldn't surprise me either. No, wouldn't surprise
Because
me.
usually they put multiple people on these flights.
Yep.
And or they try to traffic it through multiple people, and sometimes they just give a tip, tell you stop this person, so the other one can go through.
Yep.
Or it could be the ops as well, who had the information and wanted to sabotage the operations of this group who was trying to traffic. In any case, good luck to him, because he's gonna have to do a little bit of time. With that being said, if you've made it this far, thanks for watching and listening, guys. We really appreciate it. Whatever your thoughts are, please let us know in the comment section below. Remember to rate the show by pressing the like button, follow us on our other socials, and don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit that notification bell. Let's have a healthy conversation in the comment section. And until next time,
Peace. And a little
weed.
Man.